If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture on gate analog electronics. So today we will be solving 5 questions from question number 56 onward, question number 56, 57, 58, 59 and then 60. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Okay, in question number 56 what they are asking, in a single stage transistor amplifier circuit shown in the figure, the capacitor CE is removed, then the AC small signal mid-band voltage gain of the amplifier is. So if this is removed, then that means it is not bypassed. So what will be the change in voltage? It is similar to your 55. If you can see 55, if you have not changed, if it is removed, then our gain was RC R into RC beta by HI. And when you can see here, the first case was when you removed the C, it was bypassed, then this was gain. And the second one was the case when it is not removed. So you can see it is divided by this one. That means it decreases. Denominator increases because this is introduced now here. Here it was not there. So if you don't bypass it, that is, if resistance is still there, if you are not using capacitor, that means you are not bypassing it, then your gain is decreasing. So that's why this is option B, that is decreases. Question number 57, what they are asking here, the magnitude of the mid-band voltage gain of the circuit shown in the figure, assuming HFE of the transistor to be 100. Now again, if you draw because it is connected, so you will think that it is bypassed. So if it is bypassed, then how it will look like, and there is nothing is mentioned about beta RE. So we can, for now, if it is not mentioned, you can forget about that. So this is actually, this should be your beta RE. Okay, let me write it here now. So this was my input, this was beta RE, this was my emitter, this was my base, and in the collector side we has a current source which depends beta into this current IB, and then in the output side RO is not there but a 10 kilo ohm is connected. So this 10 kilo ohm connects, so it becomes my V0. Because it is not mentioned, you forget about this, and this is 10 kilo, so with comparison to that you can think it is small, it is generally 1 kilo. Okay, you can compare that one, you can remove for now, and now you have to calculate the gain. So what is your V output? V output is 10 kilo into this beta into IB. What is beta? Beta is equal to HFE, that is 100. So 10 into 10 to the power 3 into 100 into IB. And what is IB? IB you can think of that is V in by 10 kilo. So if you put it there, V0 will be equal to 10 into 10 kilo into 100 by IB divided by, in place of IB it is V in by 10 kilo. So 10 kilo got cancelled, so V0 by V in is equal to 100. So this is the gain. And you can think this is minus also. So if they are asking just mod, so actual gain is minus 100 because it is plus minus is this way, current is flowing in this direction. So if you are taking only magnitude, then it is 100. The circuit shown in the figure is excited by this is now op-amp. Input wave form shown. Sketch the waveforms of the output, assuming all the components are idle. Okay, so if you connect, if you have known the characteristics of the op-amp, if it is a feedback one, then this and these potentials are at same potential. That you have to always keep in mind. This potential at this inverting and non-inverting terminals are at same potential, and there is infinite resistance connected, no current flows through it, so it is actually virtually short circuit, virtually connected they can say, or if it is grounded then they say it is virtually grounded. Okay, in any case, so it is your V in is equal to your V0. Okay, so this is Vi, so this should be Vi, but it is also connected to V0. So this node, entire node, this is same node, so all the potentials at this junction would be same because it is same where you can see, and this is and these are, so your V output should be equal to V in, but there is a capacitor connected. When it is in, when the capacitor is fully charged, suppose it is initially, because it is increasing and decreasing, so when it is increasing, V0 is also increasing. When it reached there, the capacitor is charged in this fashion, because this is plus, this is minus. If this is plus, So this also you can think plus voltage, positive voltage, whatever here, same in the output. So once this is charged, then this is reverse bias, this is also reverse bias. Both these are reverse bias, then there is no path for discharge. So capacitor will remain at the same voltage. It will not discharge. So because capacitor is not able to discharge, so this voltage will remain fixed. So your V0 will remain fixed. So initially it will rise to this voltage, then it will remain fixed because there is no option for discharging. And your op-amp will also get off, because this is off means your op-amp will be also off. This is off from the starting itself, but this is initially you can think this is on, because when is your no V0 is there, this side is positive, so this diode is on. But when it becomes positive, now capacitor is charged up to this and this is now lower, so this becomes your reverse bias. So ultimately your graph will look like, initially it will follow this, and once the capacitor is charged, then there is no path for discharge, so it will maintain this voltage, so it will become your V0. So this is the waveform from the art with respect to time also, time you can say. So this is increasing up to 0.5 second, it will increase, then it will maintain this voltage, whatever voltage 1 volt. So this is the, if if it is waveform, then you have to mention all these values, critical points. The ideal op-amp is used. It is an ideal op-amp now they are saying, and an inverting amplifier. The two input terminals of the op-amp are at same potential. I told you, because these are at same potential. Why these are the same potential? Because these are shorted internally. No, this is not shorted internally, because this resistance is infinite. No current flows from here to here. These are infinite resistance, and the input impedance of the op-amp is infinite. Okay, this is infinite, but due to that, this is not at same potential. The infinite means the two terminals of anywhere. Suppose this is where, this is where, these are separated. So there is infinite. That doesn't mean if it is a 10 volt, this is also in 10 volt. Suppose we have two wire. Forget about op-amp. This is one terminal. They are not connected, so the resistance is infinite. So if it is a 10 volt, should it be a 10 volt? No, not necessary. It is a simple wire. So but where it is there, because here the gain, if you see the gain, that is your V output is equal to some gain into difference. So because the gain is, for an ideal, we assume the gain is very infinite, so your Vd becomes 0. Because it is infinite, so it becomes 0. So once this becomes 0, so that means the difference between Vd is nothing but the difference between these two. So this becomes 0. That's why they are equal. Why? Because we have assumed this is to be infinite. So that the open loop gain of the op-amp is treated to be, this is the open loop gain, we are assuming that is to be infinite. Okay, and CMRR is also same. CMRR is, actually this gain should be infinite. So AD by, actually it is your a common mode gain, that is ACM or AC. So ideally it should be infinite, it should be 0. Because if you see the, I am not going to discussion of that one. If you see the output voltage, that is A1 V1 plus A2 V2, then these two can be represented as something of V1 minus V2, a function of V1 minus AD of V1 minus V2, and then AC of V1 plus V2 by 2, something of this fashion it can be mentioned. So this is known as common mode gain. This is the difference. So we don't want this one to be there, we want this one to be there. So ideally it should be infinite, it should be 0. So CMRR give you that ratio. Actually practically it is not that it is infinite, it is 0. Something should be there. That's why a new name is introduced, that is common mode rejection CMRR for 60. So main point is these two are at same potential for a feedback op-amp. That is always important. We will see lots of problem based on that. The common mode voltage of the unity feedback op-amp buffer in terms of its output voltage is, it is unity gain voltage follower. So this is your Bn. So this actually follow, because this is Bn, this is also Bn, so output follows this one. That is known as unity gain. So they are asking common mode voltage. So what is common mode voltage? VCM is nothing but V1 plus V2 by 2. So because this is also at, because it is a voltage follower, so this voltage and output voltage all remain same. So your V1, V2, these two all remain V0, becomes V0, because Vin also becomes V0 because it is a voltage follower. You can see the output will be here simply Vin. So this is also V0, this is also V0. So your VCN common mode voltage, that is V1 plus V2 by 2. So that is divided by 2, it is nothing but V0. So V0 is the answer. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.